Part 6 of the sales order maintenance and posting feature involves other buttons on this screen. For example, if we're on a product code and we want to click the product cost button, we can see previous product costs and related information. We can also take a look at the profit for this particular item, for this particular sale. And we could also look at any serial numbers if there were some entered. We could look at previous product sales as well. Incidentally, if we double click on this item, we can see product sales for this particular customer for this particular item, showing the different orders and invoice numbers, prices, and quantities. We could also look at additional inventory information for this item by clicking the Inventory Info button. We can see any customer notes for this particular order. We could also look at the customer inquiry. If the customer has questions about maybe a recent payment, we could just hit the customer inquiry and click Payments, and we can see recent payments. We could also double click to see what invoices the payment was applied to. Answer any customer questions that they may have while we're entering an order for them. And then if we want, we could also hit Requery, which allows us to update our screen with any changes and any new orders or deletions that other users on our system have made. The buttons on the bottom are standard exit, new, delete, save, and print buttons. If we save the order, you'll see that we can now also ship it once it's been saved. The airplane is now enabled, whereas before it was disabled. But let's look at the print feature. This allows us to print many different documents for this sales order, including a sales order, a packing list, and let's say an invoice. We'll go ahead and print these to the screen, and you'll see what it does is it first prints the packing slip to the screen, then it's going to print the sales order, and then it will print the invoice. We could print all of these simultaneously to our printer. Now, this is coming up a little bit slow, but one thing I want to point out is when the invoice comes up, you'll see on the bottom of the invoice, it will actually show the deposit that we had entered into the system. The $200 deposit and the payment reference shows on your invoice. I'll go ahead and close this. The sales order looks very similar. One thing to point out on the packing list is we do have a barcode up here that you can scan it when doing your tricoder pick and you're scanning for items being picked for the order. And then here they have a spot for you to enter in the quantity shipped and quantity back ordered and the lot number, and your packing list comments would show over here. We did not enter any. This is the invoice comments. Packing list comments would show above this dash right there. And that concludes the printing part of this feature. Lastly, if this order is all done and you're ready to ship it, you can just click the airplane and it will ship this order, and thereby creating an invoice for the amount that we're shipping. This particular order has a back order quantity of 5, so it will keep this order open. If there was no back order, this invoice would be closed and it would no longer appear in the screen. And that concludes part 6 of the sales order maintenance and posting feature.